When I got invited on my first ever climbing trip to Seneca Rocks, I was a combination of excited and nervous. I am about to go to Kat's house so that we can drive to Seneca. My friend Kat has been learning to trad climb from her cousin Chris, who we've been out with once before at the New. So I trusted him, but the trip would be a list of firsts for me. First time trad climbing, first time to Seneca, first time climbing quartzite, first time on a climb with this much exposure and loose rock. It was an overwhelming amount of firsts, but I trusted Chris. Chris is the type of guy that doesn't lace up his climbing shoes on easy climbs, makes breakfast for everyone out of 2 sticks of butter, some potatoes, eggs, and bacon, and luckily for me, the type of guy that will take people like Jed and I, who have zero trad climbing experience, up sketchy trad routes. I knew his knowledge of Seneca and trad climbing would help us all feel more comfortable in this world of firsts. The plan was for me to ride over with Chris and Kat to the campground, where we'd meet up with Jed, who had been on a work trip over that way. Halfway over, we stopped at a gas station and I learned a very fun fact. I was under the impression that Chris had been to Seneca before and he is our main source of trad knowledge and gear, but this is his first time to Seneca. I just wanted to record that. This is all of our first times to Seneca. And now I just have like this pit of nervousness in my stomach. But it will be fun. I brushed off the nerves and after narrowly avoiding hitting a small white kitten that was hanging out in the middle of the road, we arrived at camp in the dark. In the morning, I groggily pried myself out of bed to find the bathroom. So I woke up to go to the bathroom and I just audibly went, whoa. Check this out. My nerves turned to pure excitement. Whoa. If you've never trad climbed, here's how it works. Instead of bolts, you're placing pieces of gear like cams, nuts, and tri-cams into cracks in the rock and clipping the rope into them for protection. It takes a lot of practice and knowledge to get this right, so for this trip, Chris was going to lead the climbs and place gear, then set up a top rope for the rest of us to come after him. We had 3 70-meter ropes, and we tied them between us, unclipping our rope and reclipping the rope of the person following us as we went along. The plan was to climb up a 30-foot 5'7" pitch called Banana, then another 30-foot 5'6" pitch called Debbie, to an area called the Gunsight Notch. From the Gunsight Notch, we'd start the climb we came for, which is a 5'4" 2-pitch climb called Gunsight to South Peak Direct. Chris, what are you about to climb?
It's called Banana, and about 30 people on Mountain Project said it's a bad idea, so we're here.
As Chris climbed Banana, he started to realize just how loose and hollow a lot of the rock felt, and it got a little bit tense. Luckily, he made it just fine and put the rest of us on top rope to meet him up there. You got it, Jed.
It's right there, man. I got you. Yeah, come on, one more higher.
Yeah.
One more higher.
Yeah, good job, babe.
That's it, dude. There you go.
Yeah, nice.
And where the gear is good, like, in-cut. Nice.
Yeah, good job, Jed.
Thanks.
Grab the thing you said don't grab.
Yeah, don't grab that.
Wow.
Well, I didn't really tell you because there's no one below you. Yeah, don't touch that, bro. Stop touching it.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
So we're at the top of Banana and we're about to climb Debbie, which is supposed to be 15 feet to the right of this. And then we'll be at the start, which is the Gunsight Notch of the climb that we're trying to do.
Bolted anchors, baby.
Jed and Kat climbed up Debbie after Chris and I.
Oh, dang.
Chris, what do you think so far?
That looks kind of sketchy.
As Chris made it to the top, I took a deep breath and prepared myself for what was about to be one of the coolest things I've ever done in my entire life. As I was climbing up the fin of rock in front of me, it felt like I was in a made-up world, a different planet entirely. The climbing was easy, but the exposure on both sides was insane, and I talked to myself out loud the whole way through, giving myself encouragement and reminding myself that wind is just wind. So good. I climbed all the way up until I reached Chris on the belay ledge.
Hey! This is fucking cool!
So Chris and I are at the top of the first pitch on this route, and man, the exposure was crazy. Like, easy climbing, but crazy exposure, and I'm interested to see what Jed's face is gonna look like when he gets to the top. It's very windy. You look like you're in a skydiving tunnel.
There he is, he's coming. The word that comes to mind is surreal.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. These climbing shoes feel more like slippers than anything I've owned in years. So it kind of just feels like I'm out in my pajamas. Got my slippers on. It's ridiculous. And I'm just cruising along. Yeah, dude. And then you remember you gotta look down to find your feet.
How's your belay spot?
Windy.
Good job, Kat.
Woohoo!
Yeah. How are you feeling?
Hi.
Yeah. I had a couple moments on that pitch where I was like, God, it's
Shaking, man.
The second pitch was a traverse along the top of the rock. It was quite a bit wider than I thought it would be, but I still felt a lot better crawling than I did standing up. We're at the summit!
Hooray!
Yeah!
Oh my God! Hell yeah! That's all you got. That's good. What a thing to do.
You're on the summit! Kat, you're like the bravest. No one else was standing.
What?
Yeah.
Well, that got me to take 2 walking steps.
Is that when you yelled? I heard you yell out there.
Yeah. I stood up. Yeah, you're on the summit! Yeah! We got the summit log. Our first summit log. Look. Some of our best Summit Register box finds were a rubber duck, a condom, and an orange wind-up toy squirrel. No, he needs a flat surface. Right before our rappel down, a guy came up a different route and was trying to find a rock to sling. When Chris suggested this rock on the right, he went over to it with a big grin on his face and said, "This rock?" while rocking the extremely loose rock back and forth. So yeah, maybe not that rock. What were some parts of today's climb that were good / memorable?
That first pitch was, because you just have to accept the fact that like this is just a weird thing to be doing. But it's also good to see how much better I'm getting at being in the situation where your brain says this isn't a great idea.
I think it's pretty safe to say that Seneca has been an incredible experience, and I'm just feeling really incredibly grateful for the time that I've gotten to spend here, and for Kat and Chris for inviting us along on this trip. It's just a really cool experience to be able to climb something based on the knowledge that someone else has spent a lot of time learning. So super appreciative of that, and yeah, I'm stoked and this has been probably the coolest climb that I've ever done in my entire life so far. I think one of the things I really like about climbing is that there's so many different disciplines within it, and there's so much to learn that I don't even know the things that I don't know yet. And yeah, I think that climbing just offers like a really cool opportunity to improve yourself every time you go out. I hope that you enjoyed watching my first ever trad experience, and until next time, stay hyped. Take me home to a place I belong, West Virginia. Take me home. Country road. Sing it again, John. Take me home. Today was like the perfect day.
I remember my dad's